Hello guys, Termax here, and welcome back to another New World video. In today's New World video, I am going over my newly updated bow build for the 1.1 New World updates, where they made a bunch of changes to dexterity weapons and the bow in general, and this is my updated build and how I hit for almost 8,000 damage on a light armor. I know it's a light armor, it's not the most impressive thing in the world, but we are hitting for big damage now. That Orichalcum arrows are doing their respected amount of damage, but we have had some nerfs and some weird things I do want to talk about along the way, so let's get right into it. The first thing I do want to talk about is a lot of people love shooting their bow and going straight into penetrating shot, but as you can see with the cooldown, it's a little bit longer. Same with poison shot. I'm going to go as quick as I can here, and it's still quite a while, so it's going to be a lot harder to hit that burst damage out, but it doesn't make the bow unusable by any means. If anything, I guess it gave the bow a little bit more balance, and I guess it gave incentive to players that want to run rapid shot, but in my opinion, rapid shot is just a bad skill because you're standing still as a light armor. You're probably going to die every time you use it. So me personally, I never touch rapid shot on the bow, and even more so after this update, I feel like it is a big waste of your time. But quickly, I want to get into my armor and stuff so I could get that out of the way. This is my helmet with dexterity, nothing huge, nothing terrible. This is my chest piece, also with dexterity. These are my gloves with dexterity. It does have resilient, but it doesn't work as much anymore. But resilient is so great for us light armors that don't want to get one tapped through crit shots, so I would recommend resilient if you can get it. I also have these pants. They did give me a strength roll, which does suck, but the luck was just too much to pass up on. Love these pants overall. And finally, my boots. These are dexterity boots with luck. As you see, there's no game-changing perks or rolls on these, so if you guys have something better, you guys are going to be performing way above what I'm doing in today's video, and you're going to be hitting for even more damage. If you want to build something around poison shot or something around crits, you guys are going to do way more damage than I'm doing because I'm just running dexterity armor with random stuff, and I'm not perfect god rolling everything at the moment. As for the jewelry, we have the same jewelry as before. I have dexterity, jewelry, constitution, and constitution. So I get a little bit of constitution up to 50. It's only at 49 right now because I had a different armor swap. I'm going to fix that after this video. But I run 50 constitution with this build, and there's going to be a lot of debate on this if constitution should be worth it as a light armor. Me personally, as a glass cannon, I'm probably not crazy enough to run 0 constitution, but all my points are into dexterity. All the attribute points you get through leveling are in my dexterity, so do with that information as you will. A lot of people love running 100 con, which I do sometimes. It all really depends on the contents I'm doing. But I usually traditionally run 50. It gives me a little bit, but not so much to the point where I lose out on damage. And a lot of people are going to ask, why do you have 384 dexterity? It's mainly for a glass cannon build. I don't want to go into the math of this. I'll make a separate video on why going over 300 dexterity is worth it, but that's a topic for another day. I don't want to make this video 30 minutes long. But with that dexterity benefit, our bow over here that I am using is going to be doing a crap ton of damage. Now, I do have penetrating rapid shot, but I don't use rapid shot. The chain void is nice, but I would always recommend brash on your weapons, and brash is the onyx gem. This basically allows us to do more damage on targets with full health, so you could set up yourself for those successful one-tap hits. Now I have a lot of clips I'm going to show on screen of PvP scenarios right after the update. This is all brand new PvP with the bow, and I'm going against light armors that are with the same build I have. Going against medium armors, I'm going against heavy armor tanks. I haven't gone against a paladin yet, but I do feel like we are doing a lot more damage to the heavy armor users, and we're actually getting some decent damage dexterity-wise. I am using my spear, which is great. The spear is doing a lot of damage when it comes to the new coup de grace buff. And now if you are curious about my spear build, it's just like my old spear build. Nothing changed. If anything, this build just became stronger. Just so you guys don't have to wait a week or whenever I decide to post a new video about it, this is the spear build. Just a bunch of stagger, a bunch of extra damage with the newly buffed perforate. So other than that, with the bow, I'm going to just tell you guys some perks that we're running here. The perks that we are running. We have penetrating shot, of course. Nothing about that changed to the point where we need to get rid of it. Poison shot has less of a cooldown now for only 30 seconds, but the direct impact arrow did get nerfed, but it's still a great ability. First thing we got was evasive tactics, so when we dodge, we get 20% more damage for 5 seconds. Of course, we had to get our evade shot with the knockback ability, and on top of that, the newly buffed go to distance, where the haste activates after the ability cast. So as you can see here, I'm going to activate it, and after the animation, I get the haste, which is awesome to see that because it was pretty bad before, only giving you like 2 seconds of haste. That was pretty useless. And I do have dodge and weave for getting around the map better, because after you dodge, you gain 10% haste. So when I'm dodging around the map like this, I have a constant haste, making it a lot easier to traverse areas and be ahead of the group and probably not get targeted most of the time, but it still happens. Over to the hunter tree, we do have penetrating shot, of course, alongside blood-soaked arrows for the bonus damage per penetration, and deep strike, so we deal more damage the farther we are away, up to 20 meters. As for the perks, we have long range, so we deal 20% more damage when somebody is at least 10 meters away. We have aim true, where heavy attack arrows fly faster, and they deal 30% more damage. That within itself is one of the best skills in the whole bow and arrow tree. Finishing shot, so we deal 20% more damage to targets below 50% health. We do have unbreakable focus. There's a lot of debate on this, but if you're using the bow as much as I am, that 10% less damage does help with getting one shot by a musket, so I like to run it personally. Now we have opening strike, where heavy attacks deal 20% increased damage to foes with 100% health. Always good to open up with this. And I want to make one thing clear. A lot of people open up with penetrating shot, but they don't realize penetrating shot only deals 150% weapon damage. On the bow and arrow, the long draw deals 170% weapon damage, right? On top of another 30% from aim true, on top of this 20% from opening strike, you're way, way above this 150. Don't open up with penetrating shot anymore. I see so many bow users do this. I'm not being rude. I am just simply trying to help you, because penetrating shot deals way less damage than a heavy attack, and it's better off to save the second or two to get that heavy attack going and then open up with that big damage, because if you hit him with the penetrating shot, you're losing out on so much value from your heavy attack. We do have surprise attack, so if you haven't damaged somebody in the last 10 seconds, your next shot does 20% extra damage. I love this skill. It makes one-tapping people so fun. Now we do have Bullseye, which increases our critical hit chance with bows by 10%. Always good to hit more critical hits. And finally, the Concussion Capstone. So when we land a headshot, it deals 20% more damage, and we have a 50% chance to get our arrow back. Very good. But now I am going to show a few more clips. One tip I do want to give with this whole build setup is, when it comes to PvE, this will still work out pretty good, but you're going to be heavy attacking. Don't spam your light attacks and waste your arrows. Get that damage from your heavy attacks, help out in the back lines, and you will be fine. Just don't sit there and try to poison cloud a single enemy and stand there and wait for the poison to kill him. You know, don't do that. But for PvP, this build is amazing. I honestly love how it plays. The new bow did have a drawback with the whole fire rate thing, but honestly, if you've been using the bow for a while, it shouldn't hinder you that much. As you can see, it's still not bad right there. You can still get a decent shot off. Sure, it's not as quick. I think it's a 1 more second delay than before, but honestly, I'm okay with it. I love using the bow, and I love the playstyle that the bow provides, and I'm glad that it's still a viable build option. But if you did enjoy this build, guys, please make sure you guys leave a like on it, as it helps me out a lot and spreads my New World videos out more to the New World community. And I do also want to say thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers. That is pretty insane that we hit 10K. You guys are awesome. And if you guys want to subscribe to be part of that 10K, make sure you click that button down below so you never miss out on another video from me. But you guys have a terrific day. I hope this bow build helps you guys in your dexterity adventure. I have a bunch more dexterity content on my channel if you guys want to go take a look at that. But I will see you guys later.